Hi guys, welcome to my channel AbFab. My name is Denise and well, welcome. I hope that you all had a really great week and you are still enjoying the weekend. I thought today I was going to do sort of some new makeup products that I recently purchased, but I kind of started digging through my drawers, as I often do when I'm here in my makeup room, and I thought to myself that I really need to sort of just assess eyeshadow palettes that I have and just kind of gather some of the eyeshadow palettes that I haven't used and ask myself if I need to declutter them, if I need to just find better ways of using them or incorporating them into my everyday look. Sometimes I don't even know why I don't use a palette. This one was one that I wanted to purchase and it's very loved. And it is by Colourpop. It is right here. It is the Sweet Talk Colourpop Pressed Powder Palette. Try to say that 5 times in a row. It's like a tongue twister. And here are the beautiful, absolutely beautiful colors. They are all peach. They've got some nice mattes. They've got some nice shimmers. There's a Super Shock shadow, which I believe is this one right here, which is absolutely stunning. But having said that, other than this one, which you can see I probably dipped into a few times, I don't grab for this palette too often. I just love the whole packaging. I just love the colors. I loved even some of the looks that people had made with them. Why I don't grab for it, I guess the main reason is because it really pulls very, very warm, of course, because it is warm colors, although I thought they were more on the neutral side, meadow. This one right here, this pulls so incredibly peach-like for obvious ICMI. Anyways, that's this one right here. Just look how incredibly peachy they are, even though they're different tones. So I don't know. I've tried to create different looks and I just think that it's just way too warm and orangey for me to use. But because it's the only Colourpop palette that I have, I just don't want to get rid of it because everybody loves Colourpop, don't they? Everybody loves Colourpop. So anyways, not sure exactly why, but mainly because it pulls extremely warm and I just think that sometimes those kind of peach colors just don't look that complimentary on me and usually prefer cool tones. They certainly look better on me, except for the fact that I always buy warm palettes. Go figure. I'm going to tell you why I purchased it. First of all, I thought the colors inside were beautiful, and I still think they're beautiful, but I'm going to tell you why I generally don't grab for this, and mainly I'm going to say the reason that I purchased this particular eyeshadow palette was for the packaging. So this was the Glitter Storm by Suede London, and for obvious reasons, like who couldn't absolutely just fall in love with this packaging? And I don't know why, it's like a snow globe, but still, even though I don't grab for the eyeshadows, it really just brings me so much joy when I see it and pick it up and play with the actual cover, which is really sad. So inside you had these absolutely beautiful colors. You can see I hit pan on the most obvious one, but I hit pan on it not because I used it more than any of the others. I hit pan on it because there was something wrong with the formula of this matte. So this was just kind of like your base color you put on, but I'm not kidding you. When you stick your brush in there, that brush was covered in pigment and it was just like, it was all fallout. This is Whirlwind. So that's why I hit pan on it. You can see these 4 were my main colors, and then sometimes I would take these 2 mattes and I would use them, you know, to kind of darken up the outer sort of third. It was the shimmers that completely got me. I mean, I just thought that they were absolutely stunning. I'm going to swatch a couple for you because they really are still beautiful. It's just that the formulation was really horrible. I'm sorry, Suede London, but beautiful packaging, beautiful color concept, color story. These were nice. They do transfer these metallics down here, so that's not always the best. And this one, Whirlwind, your base color, which I thought was just excellent for putting into the palette, it just, I don't know, there was something wrong either in the way they pressed it or they missed some major ingredient, because it just, you stick your brush in and it wasn't hard to hit pan, because boom, it was like all over your brush, all over your face. It was really disappointing because, you know, some of these, like I said, were just like, they are like gaga gorgeous, but I'm not going to get rid of it. I paid my hard-earned money, and I do work hard for my money. All right, the next one I'm going to talk about is kind of sad because it's absolutely beautiful. Not many people talked about it. It was available here for us Canadian gals. It is a great makeup line, but I just don't grab for it. I'm not sure why. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. This is this gold brick, very heavy, but absolutely beautiful Stila After Hours eyeshadow palette. These were the colors. I mean, this is everything that one would want in a eyeshadow palette. It has beautiful, creamy, blendable mattes. It has absolutely some most just fantastic sort of like metallics and shimmers. I love them. But the sad reality about this one was that all of those metallics and those shimmers, none of them stayed on my eye. Even when I used glitter glue, like they just didn't, they all transferred. So aside of the mattes, which I guess I'll just really have to get into and use, the shimmers that really always catch my eye were just so sad because they were so flaky and transferred over everything. But the colors, you guys, I mean, there is no denying that the colors in this particular palette are absolutely stunning. Stunning. And it's for that reason that I can't get rid of it. But as you can see, I very, very seldom reach for this palette. But even just looking at it right now in this video, I'm just asking myself why, because I need to start creating some looks in this because, wow, those colors are really, really beautiful. All right, got to put that one aside. It's such a beautiful palette, but those metallics, they wouldn't stick on if they were held down with crazy glue. You'll find kind of like in High Street, that is sold in the UK and Ireland, and it's by Primark. And this was really cool because it's called the Cool Suede eyeshadow palette, and it has some just really, really cool eyeshadow palettes or eyeshadow colors, lots of different colors from dark, lots of mattes, you know, a few sort of like very interesting, like that's a silver metallic. You know, but none of them have any real high luster to them. The mattes are, they're not very pigmented. They don't blend very well. Again, this is High Street, so it is meant to kind of keep the price point down, which they did quite well. But sadly, we have some really great drugstore lines, don't we? And certainly e.l.f. kind of upped the game on that because they have a great price point, even still in Canada, but yet they have the quality. And unfortunately, this eyeshadow palette, which was really popular in the UK and Ireland, just sadly just doesn't make the mark because the mattes, which really kind of help to build and elevate a palette, in my opinion, or basically form the foundation and love for a palette, they're just not pigmented enough. And they don't blend very well, and then when you put color on, it just looks muddy all over. So I do have every intention on using it because it was given to me by my mom, and I did a lot of looking into this collab, which was by Pur Cosmetics and Etienne Ortega, and Etienne Ortega was kind of like the MUA to like the Jenners and J-Lo, a number of stars. I would say probably back in around 2000, somewhere around there, but I don't know what's happened to Etienne Ortega since. And this palette here, as you can see, is really beautiful. It is basically developed by a makeup artist, so it is a very well, nicely balanced palette as far as the color story. One of those palettes, it's probably because I have yet to kind of come up with a cohesive look for it all over. But Etienne Ortega, if you've never heard of him, you need to Google him. He did some really amazing work, and then obviously joined Pur Cosmetics to come up with this palette, which I think is, it's really beautiful, but as you can see, I just don't use it. Okay, another palette, another different company, another good makeup company that puts out beautiful products, but I totally bought it. Totally, totally, totally. Once again, like the Ciate, totally bought it for the packaging. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Good Vibes, High Tides, the Tarte Sea Turtle palette because of the packaging. It just drew me in. First of all, I absolutely love turtles. I just thought it was incredible. The packaging, the color of it, everything about it screamed my name. And then inside for summer, I just thought, wow, the way it was laid out, the beautiful blues, some peaches divided by all of these beautiful sort of sandy, taupey, and not so peachy sort of undertones or colors. I just thought, wow, this is like perfect palette for me. And then I got it. I purchased it. I brought it home. I was so excited that I did a video, I think the next day, and I wanted to do this great look. And then, of course, as the showpiece stopper, I had to get these incredible metallics. Like, this is like, no, not even a metallic. This is like true liquid glitter. So there it is there, right? How many times can you get this kind of like metallic or glitter, pressed glitter that literally looks like it is melted metal? Not too often. They do go on. It looks like they are going to be locked in all day, right? Wrong. Big time wrong. So I watched all the review videos that I thought I needed to watch so I could be educated. I ran and I got this at Sephora, and I was so happy because it was selling out. And I was like, oh, this is absolutely perfect. It's perfect. I couldn't love a color more than blue. Like, I literally can't even. It is like my ultimate favorite color. Like, honestly, you guys, I mean, even just swatching it just brings me joy. Look at those two colors together. How beautiful and regal. But you guys, wow, when I got it home, I started to do this look, right? That I think, I don't even know if the video is up. I think it's still up. And at the time, I thought, wow, it's just everything that I dreamed of. You know, the metallics at the end were just going on. I was doing this halo look and I was just feeling myself, you know, really feeling myself. And then I kind of just, after the video or during the video, I must have rubbed my eye a little bit. Wow. Wow, when I rub my eye. Because first of all, these are not safe micro glitter that's in here. There are some micro glitters that are out there and it'll say safe for use on eyes. These are not safe for use on eyes, because what that means is the safe for use on eyes micro glitters, the glitters, pressed glitters or metallics that you have, if they get in your eye, they are cut in such a way that they're round, so they won't actually scratch your eyeballs. These are not safe for your eyes. They are squared off, they have sharp edges, and once this metallic got into my eye, whoa, you guys, it was like absolutely scary. I had to literally take a shot glass of warm water and continually wash out my eye until I had gotten it out. And then I believe I looked on it and somewhere there was a warning about those glitters. So I know this is not just a Tarte problem. There's many eyeshadow and makeup companies out there that use pressed glitters and metallics that are not good for around the eye. You know, they're good for like or near the eye, but your lids are near the eye, which is where I put it on. Obviously, I didn't put them in my eye, and yet they actually scratched my eye, and I was just terrified. So here it is. I look at it. I love it from a distance. I'll try to use the metallics and the mattes, which are beautiful, and I will swatch these glitters on the back of my hand, or maybe I'll put them on my face for Halloween, but they're going nowhere near my eyes because I have these two eyes for the rest of my life, and I don't want the sclera scratched because it was unsafe to use. So if you have this palette, or if you know someone who has this palette, please tell them to be extremely careful, because if they get in your eyes, they will scratch your actual eyes. Okay, so the last eyeshadow palette that I wanted to share with you was, I think that was the last in that batch that I actually purchased. And oh boy, it was the first, again, of this brand eyeshadow palette that I ever purchased. As a matter of fact, in this brand, I don't have any other product. And I was so excited because if you just saw the previous palette, of course, you know that my favorite color is blue. Although, where is the blue? You'd never know it, but it is my favorite color of all time. I'm obviously partial to black as well, but blue definitely first. But in a close third, or maybe even second to black, just under blue, is the color purple. And yes, I'm talking about Jeffree Star Cosmetics because of the packaging, but also because it was Jeffree Star's purple coolest, right? So many amazing purples, but not as just all purples. You could really make a certain look about these. I don't make a look about these ever. I love this color right here because it is just so unique. I don't think that in my entire collection I have anything that is like that. But you guys, where on earth, as a working, mature woman, would I get an opportunity to wear any more than two or maybe three of these purples in my real life? I mean, I don't even know. I just have to keep touching the metallics, and just because I think they're so pretty. But you guys, I mean, it's not because of the quality. It's not because I don't think that they are beautiful. I really do. It's not because of the fallout. I've put them on or tried to create a look. I mean, look at those colors. They're absolutely beautiful. Even the mattes, very buttery, very blendable. There's one right there. Beautifully pigmented, but I just have never picked it up to wear it in an everyday kind of makeup situation. Just have not reached for this like ever. This is probably the third time I've even taken it out of my eyeshadow drawer. And I'm not really sure why. I absolutely love it. I know that it was a great seller at Lust. I lusted over it. I acquired it. It's in my possession. I love it. I love the feel of it. I love the crown, the packaging, everything about this eyeshadow palette. I don't know. I have never used it in my personal life. Not sure why. Maybe I should just start using it. I don't know. But for this one, it is a real mystery because I really don't know. I just think that I got into the whole hype of it all and then jumped in without even thinking about it, went to the Morphe store here and purchased it. And the sad reality is I probably didn't need it in my collection because I just simply don't use it. So that is all of my eyeshadow palettes that are in my eyeshadow collection of the ones that I do not grab for on a regular basis. And you probably have many eyeshadow palettes or different makeup items that are in your collection that you also don't gravitate towards or you don't use for whatever particular reason. And it's always interesting because it's usually something you purchased for yourself, and it's something that obviously you wanted at the time that you bought it, and then suddenly, for whatever reason that may not always be known to you, you decided that you didn't want to use it on the daily basis. I'm rambling on at this point. But anyways, that's my video for this week. I hope that you enjoyed kind of looking at what the 45 beauty YouTuber does not gravitate towards on the regular. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video, but that's it, you guys. Next week, I'm hoping to do just probably a kind of not get ready with me, but a makeup try on so you can see some of the new items that I recently purchased, and I can give you a review of those items. But until next week, you guys, I hope as always you have an absolutely fabulous week. Take care of yourself. Bye.